r/askreddit. People who are bothered by others wearing a mask while driving. Why do you care?
I once saw someone driving with a mask on, trying to be safe in a pandemic, but they were texting and driving.
I once saw someone driving with a mask on, trying to be safe in a pandemic, but they were texting and driving.
I started minding my business in 2004, and I have to say I recommend it. I see tons of wild shit. I may look to be sure I'm seeing correctly. 9/10, I shrug and go about my day.
I started minding my business in 2004, and I have to say, I recommend it. I see tons of wild shit. I may look to be sure I'm seeing correctly. 9/10, I shrug and go about my day.
It's just weird when I look in my rearview mirror and some dude wearing a bloody hockey mask is behind me with a machete. It gives me the creeps.
It's just weird when I look in my rearview mirror and some dude wearing a bloody hockey mask is behind me with a machete. It gives me the creeps.
Why do we care, in general, about the harmless behaviors of others?
Why do we care in general about the harmless behaviors of others?
When I see others driving with a mask, I just assume they're like me, and they forget that they're even wearing a mask, hop in their car and go. It's become second nature to me.
I delivered DoorDash and Instacart. Yay to you, I look like a dummy wearing a mask in my car. In all actuality, I'm treating others like I'd hoped to be treated. I'm keeping their food as sterile as possible in my car. Edit. Holy shit, thanks for all the love, guys. My high-risk sister just tested positive for COVID on Monday, and we are really scared for her life. I don't wish COVID on anyone who's been taking this serious as she was. A co-worker who refused to wear a mask gave it to 10 people in her department at her job. Wear a damn mask!
It, a tiny handful of people, actually read and answered the question that 8 ton of people answered their own question.
And they also denote opinions they don't like, and for some reason I can't read the answers I came for without scrolling for an eternity because the option to sort by controversial isn't there.
Such a stupid update. Sorting by controversial was one of my most used things.
As someone who tends to judge those people, I have no idea. It has zero effect on me.
Sometimes masks can be annoying to get just right, especially if you have a beard. I tend to keep it on so I don't have to readjust it, especially if I have to stop at a couple places. I have a few masks, and one of them is actually really comfortable. I kind of forget I have it on when I'm focused on the directions to where I'm going, or what exactly I have to get in the next store, or something like that.
I just want to explain why I do this. When I go outside to run an errand, it is best to assume my hands are now dirty until I wash my hands. Why would I touch my mask with dirty hands if I don't need to? In times of COVID and with vulnerable family members, I do my best not to get sick.
Because it's illegal here in Germany. Always gotta know who's driving the vehicle.
My kids are autistic, and we're at the stage with the youngest one that it's hard to explain complex situations to him. He's 6 and very smart, but his verbal communication skills are still a ways behind. It's so much easier explaining to him that when we leave the house we just put our masks on than explaining when to wear it and when not. Now he happily puts his mask on just like he's putting on his shoes and has fully accepted it as part of the routine. And we all just wears masks to keep it simple to understand.
It's just stupid. You're alone in your own car, yet you wear a mask. Why? Aim! Way! Edit! Flame away, guys. If you're this mad, I don't know what to tell you.
I find it funny when I see a person driving around alone in their own car wearing a mask, but I don't really care at all.
Because it doesn't make sense. If you want the mask push to hold strong amongst the majority of the populace, there has to be common sense about when to use them, such as indoors and around groups of people. But when you're in the middle of nowhere or in a car alone, no, you don't need a mask. So basically, in my opinion, it dilutes how to use it properly. It's like wearing a condom 100% of the time vs. Putting one on when you are about to have sex. Understanding how and why to use something is important, and it helps inform the user about the actual risk of infection.
Plenty of people could be Uber drivers or the equivalent. In which case, still not a good idea to be sneezing and coughing while alone just to bring a passenger in.
Because it's pathetic how far people are willing to comply. Wearing a mask alone in the car is like wearing a condom while taking a walk.
The real question is why people wear earphones while driving.
There's always the chance they are working for Dr. Dash / Skip the Dishes or something like that, transporting goods that they won't want to exhale droplets all over if it's in their car. Could just be driving someone else's car. There's a million reasons why they could. Who cares?
I don't think your target audience is on Reddit.
Because it's dumb as F and shows you don't understand why you're wearing it. You think that shit's flying through the air hunting you down while you're driving?
I realized sometimes when you walk out of places you forget to take it off, and next thing you know you are halfway home with a mask on.
Well, I'd tell you a COVID joke, but there is a 99.6% chance you won't get it. Edit! My first goal, thank you, stranger.
If you're in your car alone, your windows are up, your heat is on, or you're headed home, you really are silly. It's not a fashion statement or civil protest.
I mean, I don't mind, and it doesn't bother me. I just think to myself, that must be uncomfortable, but to each their own.
It could have something to do with the fact that my college requires masks everywhere. I live on campus, and if you leave campus, you're required to wear a mask everywhere or risk expulsion. So I see these people alone in their cars willingly wear their masks, and I'm just jealous that they don't have to wear it so often that they jump at the first chance to take it off. I don't really get upset, though. I just look at them and feel more envy than anything else.
I don't care. I just think you look like an idiot.